These latest headlines from ABC15 are sponsored by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorneys. One call, that's all.
Hello, I'm Megan Thompson with your afternoon update from ABC15 Arizona.
I know where the detours are, so I imagine it'd take a long time with any detours. So they said it'd be just a little while, so we'll wait.
Drivers traveling on Highway 93 stuck for hours after a horrific and deadly crash involving semi-trucks. The crash happening just before 8 a.m. yesterday, about 20 miles northwest of Wickenburg. ABC15 confirming with officers that a box truck traveling northbound crossed the center line, hitting a commercial truck head-on. That box truck ended up catching fire, and its driver was pronounced dead on the scene. Two other commercial trucks were also involved in this crash, too. Something we know all too well. Our Operation Safe Roads team has extensively covered an increase of crashes and deaths on Highway 93 for years. This is that main stretch of road connecting Phoenix to Las Vegas, with many segments narrowed to only 2 lanes. So we followed up with ADOT and their plans to widen the 200-mile road, make it safer for drivers. Now, construction started last year on a 5-mile segment between Tegner Street to Wickenburg Ranch Way. They expect that to be completed sometime this year. And our Operation Safe Roads team also taking action, staying vigilant to ensure improvements are being made on our roads to keep you safe. So today we're following up with the city of Phoenix, who just added a brand new Hawk traffic signal in their 13th Avenue in Osborne. Hawk traffic signals are crosswalks installed mid-block to stop traffic when someone pushes the button. We recently reported that the Osborne School District asked the Street Transportation Department to improve the safety of routes that students take to school, and this new installment hopes to do just that.
Children and families crossing, and we want people to be active within our community and be able to walk to school.
This is the 94th Hawk throughout the city. Now to our Impact Earth report, ABC15 taking a closer look at the effect local beer makers are having on Arizona's water supply. We're learning some breweries are using different technology to help save our most precious resource. Phoenix Beer Company using a new reverse osmosis system to cut back on water use, looking at ways to reuse their wastewater for irrigation, while also partnering with AZ Water Association to help bring awareness to our water crisis.
Our efforts are essentially is education, try to help with donations to the Arizona Water Association and just raise the awareness of the importance of water.
It has exposed us to a larger audience, especially our water operators. Azan Yiro is the original water operator in Arizona, so it really gives us an opportunity to celebrate them.
In July, water conservation professionals will meet in the High Country for the Flagstaff Water Reuse Conference to look at how water can get a second life in beer production. Now, ABC15 following up on the homeless crisis in Phoenix. The big question now, what comes next after the city council passed that camping ban around schools, parks, and shelters? It comes as the U.S. Supreme Court is expected to soon decide on a case out of Grants Pass, Oregon. The justices will decide if camping bans in cities without enough shelters are constitutional.
Does the Constitution protect people who are living outside? In Grants Pass, like in many cities across the country, people are being punished and being given tickets for trying to sleep outside using things like a blanket or a pillow. That case will set the stage for how cities can and do respond to unsheltered homelessness.
City officials tell ABC15 they are still working to bring on nearly 800 more shelter beds so people can accept shelter rather than a citation.
Time now for that most accurate forecast. I'm meteorologist Iris Hermosillo, wrapping up the month with unseasonably hot conditions. Phoenix topping out at 106 this afternoon, a little hotter than yesterday, too. We'll also reach those hundreds to our west and across southern Arizona with 80s and 90s for highs all across that northern half of our state. Flagstaff goes as high as 80 degrees today. We are also back under an ozone high pollution advisory today. That means folks in sensitive groups, people with respiratory conditions, should consider limiting your time outside. Otherwise, you might have difficulty breathing or experience other health impacts because of that higher pollution in the air. We should see some improvements to that pollution the next couple of days as we see that air mixing up a bit more. A disturbance approaching from the west will nudge that temperature down just slightly by early next week. Maybe bring a few clouds our way by Tuesday too. But then high pressure builds in and it's getting hotter big time. We're talking highs near 110, potentially hitting 110 for the first time this year by next Thursday. Warmer up north too.
These latest headlines from ABC15 are sponsored by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorneys. One call, that's all.